Welcome to Community Cuts and Planet of the People. Nancy, how are you, Nancy?
I'm great, Duke. How are you?
Okay, I'm fine as well.
Great. It's so
All
great
right,
to see you. Happy New Year.
you too, likewise. So, I'm hearing that you have some stuff to report to the community, right?
Well, yes. Well, I'm not a reporter, but I was really um, really alarmed to see an article in City Limits that said that 46% of the applications for food stamps coming through our Human Resource Administration is not getting to the people. So half the people, over less than half the people who are applying for food stamps are able to get their applications processed. Um, the article gave examples of people who are really, going through it. And it's really alarming.
And it's due to a manpower shortage of people processing the
Correct.
applications.
Correct. So, Human Resources Administration is an agency that's run through the city, and they said they have a hiring, staffing issue. They're short-staffed. There was something that happened nationally over the summer where no one got their food stamps, and I think it was resolved within a week. But our city is definitely having an issue with getting applications processed and going from 91% of applications being processed to 46% is is scary. This is a
Yeah,
lifeline for our most vulnerable individuals. That's what it is. And you don't want to push people into a corner that actually causes crime, uh, domestic violence issues, child abuse issues. It's just not an agency you want to starve.
it's a matrix. Everything is connected to everything. And
Right,
so it's like a domino effect. You affect one part of the community, the entire community is and will be, you know, affected. So
right,
yes,
right. And the article didn't hone in on vouchers, but I have heard a little something about that. I'm not sure if you've heard in terms of housing vouchers are also being delayed.
that's correct. That's what I heard. And landlords are not getting paid as well. And the vouchers are not getting to the people, as you know. So
Right,
really, again, it's a domino effect, and
right,
everything is tied together.
right, right. No, there I saw, we were sort of researching this issue. I saw a few videos of people, focusing in on people that didn't seem like they deserved it, or they're taking advantage of the system, or this person looked young, but you don't know what that person's disability might be. You don't always see a disability. You don't always know what is happening with that person. And food stamps is a lifesaver. If a mom is not getting her food stamps, that means she's dipping into the rent. If you're having difficulty getting your food stamps or feeding your children and paying the rent, you're gonna dip into it. And this causes a cycle, and people just start sliding backwards. That's not good for development. It's not good for real estate. It's terrible for crime. The Human Resources Administration should be an agency we are taking care of and making sure that they are running smoothly and taking care of the city's most vulnerable.
That is correct because it does affect the children. If
Yes,
they're not getting fed, they're not able to operate correctly. And so it bothers everybody and affects everybody in the city.
yes,
So I'm
yes, for
hoping
sure.
and praying that this administration will continue to push forward and hire more people. Because this
Yes,
is, it's not about not having the money; it's about a shortage of processing the applications. So
right.
yeah, They need to
Well,
do that.
yeah, whatever the issue is, it just needs to be resolved. This is an agency that has to function properly. It will drag the city under. And like I said, this is not the time where some people say we are in a recession.
We
We
are.
need,
We
we,
are.
yes. Some people
And
said
we
we're
have
headed towards, some people said we're in it now.
and there's mental health issues too as well. People who
Yes,
are on welfare that has issues, mental health issues that they need to, correct as well. So
right.
it affects a lot of people that's in the city of New York City.
Yes, yes. And imagine having a mental health issue and dealing with the bureaucracy of trying to figure out what happened to your stamps, where they are, who's, these kinds of things really cause people to break down, to decompensate. It's
Right.
it's it's really not a place that we want to set ourselves up for. And I like to remind people that the government is not designed to make money. It's okay if the city is not necessarily making money. It's what you do with that money in terms of investing in that community, in that local city, in that school, in that district, in those hospitals. What you invest in development, what you invest in is what you want the city to produce in terms of its people. So people tend to think that government and corporations are the same thing. They're not. Corporations are designed to make money no matter what or who it or who. Government is there to invest in its communities.
Well, that's how private corporations make its money by people working.
Mhm.
You can't work without a job. You can't work without having some kind of education
Right,
and going to school, being fed properly.
right,
Right. So everybody, like I said before, it's a matrix, and everything is tied to one another.
right, right. Yeah. So if you're clutching your pearls or saying, oh, well, that's not me, why don't you go to work? Many of these people are working. $15 an hour is not, you know, and paying rent and taking care of a family. People need support. So it's important that we really, really pay attention to this issue and
That's
make
correct.
sure uh, that we contact our city council members.
That is true, and the state assembly people as well.
Yes, yes, for sure. And give them a call. It's a Google search with your zip code. Find my city council member, ask them where they stand on the issue with food stamps being delayed and not being processed. Ask them what's going on. Listen, things will start moving.
You got to talk up. You got to speak up, and people will hear when you speak up. We do
Yes,
have a voice. We do have our own narrative to speak to this issue.
for sure. Sure.
So, anything else you want to report?
No, I think that's it for now. I love to bring the news. I'd like to see what happens with this issue, so I'd love to give an update. Is there anything you want to talk about, Duke? There's a lot. There's a lot been going on.
Well, there's a lot going on, but I think my main issue is for people to tap into themselves and try to do things for yourself. And I think once you find your gifts, your talent, who you are within yourself, then you can start to create things, opportunities for oneself.
Yes.
Not really being dependent on other things, but also know that you can be independent, but we
Mhm.
work as a team and we
Mhm.
come together as a community and lift up your energy, because once you lift your energy up, you're helping somebody else lift up their own energy as well.
For sure. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Well, I'm hoping that this situation will be resolved shortly. Once again, Not happy to hear what's happening at HRA, and hopefully this issue will be resolved shortly.
Yes, thank you, Nancy, for bringing this to our attention, to the community as well, and the planet. We're the planet of the people, right?
Yes.
So thank you for doing that. Thank
No,
you.
my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right.